The modern church has a problem it refuses to admit. It declares with great confidence, salvation is not by works, but every system it builds, every sermon it preaches, every altar call it gives, every expectation it sets, every shame it piles on people, screams the opposite. Because in the modern church, repentance doesn't mean change your mind. It means stop sinning, prove you mean it, try harder next time, and if you're not trying, then God won't forgive you. God won't bless you. God won't accept you, not unless you're sincere. But sincerity is a work. Trying is a work. Striving is a work. Promising is a work. Performing is a work. God knows my heart. I'm trying is the most popular form of works righteousness in the Christian world today. The modern church preaches grace with its mouth and works righteousness with its lifestyle. That's the hypocrisy. Let me show you how deep this contradiction goes. If the first Adam made all humanity sinful, not by choice, not by effort, not by sincerity, not by repentance, then the second Adam makes all humanity righteous the exact same way. Not by choice, not by effort, not by sincerity, not by repentance, just by being who he is. You didn't have to accept your fallenness. You didn't have to confess your fallenness. You didn't have to maintain your fallenness. You didn't have to read books about fallenness, or attend conferences about fallenness, or join fallen churches, or mean it enough to stay fallen. The church has no problem with sin being automatic, but righteousness? Suddenly that requires striving, obedience, discipline, sincerity, consistency, performance, proof, repentance, faithfulness, holiness, emotional validation, and lifetime maintenance. The moment righteousness depends on you, it stops being a gift and becomes a wage. And a wage is not grace, and a wage is not gospel, and a wage is not good news. This is where the church's fear kicks in, because if righteousness is truly automatic in Christ, if humans really are included in the same way they were included in Adam, then the entire religious machine collapses. No guilt equals no control. No fear equals no obedience. No sin management equals no programs. No striving equals no dependence. No insecurity equals no need for the machine. They say that you cannot make yourself righteous, but you can most assuredly make yourself unrighteous. Let's spell this out. According to this logic, you most certainly could make yourself righteous by not doing the things that make you unrighteous. Then we wouldn't need Jesus. If you can make yourself unrighteous, you will undoubtedly need the church leadership to tell you how to avoid it. After all, they went to seminary. It seems that seminary didn't see the naked emperor. Grace threatens the entire structure. So when anyone sees the truth of grace, when anyone realizes that Christ's righteousness is as universal and automatic as Adam's fallenness, when anyone begins to trust the love of God more than the demands of religion, the machine must gaslight them. This is where my story comes in. I spent years in evangelical churches trying to be everything they told me a faithful Christian should be, but I was living a double life, not because I was evil, not because I was rebellious, but because I was human, and because the system I was in gave me no place to exist honestly. The shame I carried was so deep, so unbearable, that I truly believed I was the embodiment of sin itself. Not someone who sinned, but the symbol of what was wrong with humanity, the walking proof of fallenness, the failure in the room, the disappointment in the pew. When the facade finally broke, the rejection came swiftly, not from God, but from the people who claimed to speak for him. And yet, even in my deepest shame, even when I was sure I had disqualified myself forever, I still lived in his presence. Not at a distance, not tolerated, not conditionally, but held, known, accompanied, loved, and that presence told me something the church never did, that shame is a liar and grace is real. The church told you change was the goal, but God showed you something deeper. Change is fruit, not the tree. Fruit doesn't grow by effort. Fruit grows by connection, by belonging, by resting in the love of the one who never let you go. And when change becomes the goal, it becomes an idol, a golden calf, a picture of the ideal Christian that you bow to, that you strive for, that you chase, that you worship. It looks holy, but it's just self-improvement spirituality in a religious costume. The real gospel is this: rest in the never-ending love of God and see what grows. No fear, no striving, no proving, no repenting your way back into God's presence, no maintaining your membership in the covenant, just belonging, because God walked the covenant alone and named you righteous in Christ before you ever existed. So is it by works or not? No. It never was. Not for Abraham, not for Israel, not for the church, not for you. It is by the love that holds you even when every system around you demands that you earn what God freely gives. It is by the breath placed in your name. It is by the covenant walked without your participation. It is by the faithfulness of Christ, not the performance of humanity. You don't hold on to God. God holds on to you, and nothing you do or fail to do will ever change that.